Welcome back to the channel. This is Dutch Isle speaking, and today I just wanted to do a quick video kind of covering whatever I didn't include in my last video about the Rift Raid. So the Rift Raid event, if you didn't know, this is the second time it's been in the game and it's not going to be around by the time I get this video up. I already made an entire video going over how this event works, a little bit of strategy, and kind of the overview, but to keep things concise in case you don't know, the Rift Raid event is going to change over time from what we've been told. There's going to be a certain boss. So this one, for example, is the Mistress of Decay. The bosses have 10 levels. In their 10 levels, they have different phases. So when you kill enough troops on the wall or in the courtyard, it decreases the bar and gets you to the next phase. And when you reach a new phase, you get new boss effects. So for example, a 50% increase of zombie infection rate, minus 40% range unit attack strength. Supposedly, it's not going to be the Mistress of Decay in the future, so that's interesting. And then how attacking actually works is that you can click right here, jump to portal, but before I do that, it gives you an outline of what the wall status is. It pretty much tells you the strength on that wall. So once you get it all the way down to 0, in other words, you kill all the troops on a certain wall, you can go into the courtyard where it's way, way, way easier to fight the enemy. Fighting at the walls is going to be a brute strength effort by the entire alliance. You're all going to want to coordinate which wall you want to attack, and then you're going to want to attack it with Rift Raid tools, because the normal tools in this event do not work. You want Rift Raid tools and you want special commanders. And speaking of special commanders, let's take a look at some of these Rift Raid equipment pieces. As you can see here, I've already got a couple sets of Rift Raid boss equipment, and it's just a mix and mash of whatever I can actually combine together. So there's 3 different tiers of equipment, as I covered in my other video, and you're really just trying to get as big of a percent boost as possible on your attack. And these percent boosts are insane. That's why I say normal tools aren't going to help you here. Only special tools and special commanders are. Because what other way are you going to get a plus 1400% or 1400% melee unit attack strength in any event? Building your equipment, you really just want to combine everything together to get the biggest percentage. And as I mentioned again, there are 3 different tiers to the equipment you can get: bronze, silver, and gold. Now it's going to take a while to actually build a full set of Rift Raid equipment. It is very hard to actually pull some of the commander artifacts, or I guess equipment pieces. If you take a look here, you can see that the blacksmith and event boxes have different percent chances for pulling things. Honestly, I would just save keys. When you open enough mystery boxes, you get a lot of keys. If you get a legendary key or an orange key, just save it for this event, because that is how you're going to get a commander. As you saw, I didn't have any commanders yet either myself. I actually didn't know this until just now when I was checking through the Discord, but you can actually go to the Technicus and upgrade the effects of a lot of the equipment. I'll just put what you can upgrade the effects to. Be sure you're doing that. Like I said, didn't even realize I could do this, even though I should have, because this is just the OG equipment, which you can obviously put through the Technicus. Aside from how the event actually works in the overview, I wanted to talk a little bit more about what I don't like about this event. The biggest conniption I have with this event so far is if you are not participating in the event quickly enough or sending attacks to become eligible for rewards and the next threshold of rewards, you will just miss alliance rewards. There is nothing more obnoxious, I'd say, than, let's say you can't play the game the first day of the Rift Raid event and your alliance takes down, the first 3 levels of the boss. And I just logged on and I finally got my first attack out. Well, because I didn't get enough points prior, I will not be eligible for the rewards for defeating the level 1 or level 2 Rift Raid boss. And that goes for all the levels. So if I was at level 6 and I never attacked whatsoever, I would have missed out on all of the rewards. And I don't like this very much at all. I feel like it should just work the way normal events work, where once you have enough points, you get all the alliance rewards, not just if you were there early enough. We got to level 6 really quickly, and if I was on vacation or unable to get to my computer in time, it'd just be an entire waste of an event. A common complaint I kept seeing within the Discord as well was that the event was being really glitchy and buggy, and I guess that would stand true because when they first tried to launch the event, it got postponed by a couple of weeks, so I'm not surprised that there's a couple bugs. Fingers crossed that gets sorted out over time. I can't imagine it's going to be around for the next couple of events. There really isn't all that much technicality to attacking in the Rift Raid event, unless I'm mistaken. What I highly recommend is you just attack the weakest wall, the wall with the lowest amount of troops. Make sure you're all coordinating as an alliance which wall you're attacking, and ensure you're using Rift Raid tools because they're way more powerful. In addition to that, ensure that you have build items equipped because the walls and the percentages at play here are way larger because this is an enemy that compounds every level that you defeat. Once you actually get into the courtyard, it is a good time to use your wolves and whatever fast troops you have to send snipe attacks to slowly chisel off a few troops here and there. You know, a couple thousand troops here and there is going to be super beneficial if you can't send full-on attacks. I also almost forgot to mention the fact that the generals you use matter a lot. I haven't really gotten into the nitty-gritty of which general effects are the best, you know, which skills are the best, that is, and which abilities are the best, so I highly recommend checking out the Goodgame Empire Discord. I'm sure other people have already posted their strategies online there, but obviously, some generals are going to be better than others, especially in the courtyard. Be sure you're optimizing your generals alongside everything else. Let's take a look at a couple of my battle reports from last time this event was in town. As you can see, I've got a good amount of victories here. Let's see if I have any juicy ones. Few 75,000 hits. I did have better attacks this event, but I kind of forgot to record them. The wall was broken, so I was able to send my attack straight down the side without any interference. I sent it with some glory towers just in case, and they all went straight to the courtyard. Killed off all the troops there, barely lost any here myself. I have to commemorate this event for its ability to give you troops, because if you do the bare minimum and you get early attacks in and are eligible for 5 levels worth of troop rewards, I believe that's over 100 to 150,000 troops just from participating in this event. It's always nice to go into an event and come out with more troops on the other side. It incentivizes free-to-play players to become more involved and to utilize strategy. All in all, I'm a big fan of the Rift Raid event. I like the equipment aspect of it. I hope they'll add additional rewards over time. I still think the rewards here are a little lackluster. And yeah, I don't know. It's a good start. I know that they're going to be launching on Steam here shortly. I'll probably make a video about that. But with the Steam launch and with a new event coming out that's actually good, I'm a big fan of the direction we're headed in. Let me know what you think about the Rift Raid event in the comments below. I'm curious to see if you have any conniptions with it or issues with it that I've completely spaced out. I know I probably forgot a few things in this video anyways, so I'll just pin your comment if you point out something that I completely spaced talking about. Hopefully, Goodgame Empire will watch this video and take it into consideration, maybe making other people eligible for those rewards. We'll have to just wait and see. Anyways, though, thank you so much for watching this video. Looking forward to catching you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.